Hello everybody and welcome to Snetterton for the 7th weekend of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship in 2022. It's rounds 19, 20 and 21 of the series and it all kicks off in around about 10 minutes time. Let's take a look then back at qualifying. Qualifying is underway here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. It's round 19. Track temperature is at 39.3 degrees. Air temperature is at 32 degrees. And we're all set for what's going to be a very interesting session as Turkington on top at the moment from Jelly in second position. Gamble goes top then on a 1:56.776. Morgan into second position. Chilton goes third. Thompson into fourth position as well. Camish, purple sector 2 in the middle sector looking quick. And it's quite weird seeing Snetterton right now. Last year when I was at trackside at Snetterton, it was green grass as well. It was beautiful conditions. First fan meeting back since COVID. This year, heat wave, all the grass has turned brown. It is roasting hot as well as Tom Ingram comes through the bomb hole as well. That's where we were camping actually last year, just on the infield then, where you might remember where we did qualifying from last year live here at Snetterton. It's a wonderful circuit to look at and it's quite weird being in the commentary box for this one again. Into Murray's then for Tom Ingram approaching the line. Does he improve on an overall fastest time or is there more to be found as he crosses it? No, Ingram doesn't improve on his overall lap time. Gamble's still top from Lloyd in second at the moment. Third, Morgan at the moment as well, so got time to improve on there. Tom Ingram, 20th at the moment. Can he improve on the overall time as he comes towards the line? Taking the line now, hybrid unavailable, and he's top of the board from a 1:56.167 as things currently stand. Turkington, though, personal best in sectors 1 and 2. Still got some time to find. Cross the line, doesn't improve. 65 thousandths of a second down now at the moment as Turkington is actually coming into the last couple of corners now. So forget what we say. That was Stephen Jelly who's improving. Rowbottom goes third, improves on time, not position. Cross the line then. Turkington in number 500 for his 500th British Touring Car appearance. Cross the line. Turkington goes top. 1:55.994. Jelly goes second on a 1:56.128. Jake Hill goes into P1 a 1:55.870. Turkington second. Jelly in third. Ingram fourth. And Hill actually lost a little bit of time in that middle sector as well. Couldn't get enough room and enough slipstream through it. And he's backed off in this lap time as well. Everyone coming into the pits then. Rory Butcher completely sliding, coming on to the Bentley straight there as well towards Brundle. Just completely got the car backwards through Williams as well, and amazing skill to save it. Chilton goes into 6th, 5/10ths down on the overall best time. Hill top, 1:55.870. Turkington second, 1:55.994. Jelly third, Ingram, Rowbottom. The top 5 at the moment with 15 minutes still to play here at Snetterton Quali. Oh, and Dan Lloyd gets it sideways through Brundle and goes off into the gravel in the second half as well through the Nelson chicane corner. And he's through the grass, the ruined brown grass, I might just add, as well. And my goodness me, he held that one quite well until not. Now he's having to shake the car off, make sure there's no grass in it. But the grass is so brown round here, I don't think it is. So he turns in, the reel locks round, spins, drifts it round Brundle's as well. That's quite a tight corner actually. I've seen it myself in person from last year and it is quite tight and quite narrow, so you flip the car through there, you're going to get a scary moment as well. And the fans have got a great moment there and off towards the barrier, where on the other side of there is a wonderful viewing bank area as well. And you go right round, you get to the start line and on the infield section as well, the campsite over the bridge just for the back half of the corner as well, where you walk over the long bridge towards the infield and the paddock area of the track as well. It's a great circuit, this. Well, right now, with 2 minutes 10 to go, it's a battle between Jake Hill and Colin Turkington to take overall top spots. Hill's getting a slide, coming through the last corner into Murray's as well. Down the centre straight, And Jake Hill, will he improve on his time? At the moment, it's a 1:55.870 to beat across the line. Hill does a 1:56.2, so he's about 4/10 down on the overall time. Here comes Colin Turkington into the last couple of corners as well. That's Stephen Jelly we're following, so we've picked up the wrong BMW. Here is Colin. Slow in the middle sector, actually, compared to anybody else, but will he move up into top spot? Cross the line, Turkington goes top, 1:55.805. He goes 65,000 of a second faster than Jake Hill with 1:40 left on the clock. And an upper Ford is off. It's Ash Sutton. Ash Sutton has gone for a spin, coming through turn 1 at Riches. And he's getting going again. This is how he did it. Got on the dust as well, on the grass. Well, it used to be grass. Now it's all just dust. And it has been kicked up massively. Honestly, the grass has worn away. It is now all just dust. Gets on the slide and straight through the dust. And brings it all back on the track as well. That pollen count's going to be massive. Unfortunately, Alan Gow's going to be sneezing in the centre then already. The race director host. 25 seconds to go. Best lap for Turkington still as the checkered flag finishes on one board. We wait for it to come out on the other. Dan Lloyd across the line. Does he improve? No. Stays in 12th position, and several people now are taking the checkered flag. I can't see Hill improving on his lap time. Nobody is. Everyone looks to have taken the flag to me, so we'll keep an eye out. Turkington's not doing well. Neither is... Well, Turkington's in the pit lane now, actually, so he's boxed already. I think we've got it. 500 on pole for Colin Turkington here at Snetterton. Colin Turkington takes pole position once again. He just can't help himself, can he? His 500th start in the touring cars, and he takes pole position for it as well. And hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box as we get ready for round 19 of the QuitFit British Touring Car Championship and 500 touring car races for Colin Turkington, and quite apt as well. The great man has put it on pole position as you just saw. The atmosphere is through the roof. Colin Turkington on pole position then, coming in towards today as well. Alongside him on the front row of the grid is Jake Hill as well. Two very great rivals, and Jake Hill's been fantastic off the line already. This is how the championship looks coming into this race. Colin Turkington has 227 points. He's 4 points clear of Tom Ingram as well. Ash Sutton just behind him, and Jake Hill rounds out the top 4 on 213 points. Josh Cook, Roy Butcher, Gordon Shannon and Dan Lloyd complete the top 8 as well. But Turkington leads the way, 227 points to Tom Ingram on 222, Sutton 221 as well. We're here at Snetterton on the 300 circuit layout as well for rounds 19, 20 and 21 here on the 14th of August as well, before we go to Thruxton, the National Circuit at Silverstone, then back to Brands Hatch for the Grand Prix circuit. It's a 2.97 mile circuit. First touring car race was back in 1959 here. Dan Camish is the lap record, a 1:55.682, set back in 2019 during the anniversary year. And we are all set for what is going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend. Let's head down to the grid with Steve Ryder alongside Tim Harvey and Paul O'Neill.
Well, everyone's going to be hot and bothered, but the worst thing is the tyres. It's really going to hurt the tyres. They were coming off yesterday at 130 degrees. And of course, this is manna from heaven for the rear-wheel drive cars, who spread the weight and the load of the car much better. So the front-wheel drive cars are really going to suffer as the race goes on. But physically for the drivers, I mean, they're comparatively short races. The adrenaline is pumping, but they're going to feel it.
They will feel it. Me and Tim were just saying we'd love to get out there, even the state of us athletes here. You know, the drivers are fitter than they've ever been. They were fitter than when me and Tim did it.
Speak for yourself.
But they are in top form. They'll be okay, but the dehydration and They've done a pit lane walkabout. They've been in the heat for a long time. They'll be fine, though. They'll be okay.
Now, qualifying yesterday, could you have predicted 3 BMWs filling the front 3 positions? West Surrey Racing dominating everything.
Yeah, well, with the temperature, of course, they're working their tyres so well, as I said at the beginning. The front-wheel drive cars just weren't getting enough laps on new tyres to get a quick time. And they're going to work their tyres very hard. So it's a wonderful result for BMW. I think if we come here in cooler conditions, it could have been more evenly matched.
Absolutely fantastic, as well as we get ready to bring in what is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Pole position for Colin Turkington as well. We're going to have a real light to flag a victory. I don't know where my co-commentator is, if Josh plays. I've not heard from him today, and I hope he's okay. But I have not heard from him, and I have not seen him. So I'm sure we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Nick Homewood will be joining us at least for one race today, which is good news. But if Josh isn't with us, I think I'm perfectly capable of taking it. Let's take a look then at the starting grid for this race. Colin Turkington is on pole position. Alongside him, Jake Hill second. Tom Ingram starts in third. Stephen Jelly fourth. Adam Morgan fifth. Jason Plato sixth. Dan Rowbottom seventh. Dan Camish is eighth. Tom Chilton ninth. And Ricky Collard in 10th position as well. Taking a look as well, there's some breaking news in Formula E, which I've just been given as well. Now, we just covered their last race of the season. Stoffel Van Dorn is now world champion, as many expected he would be during his remarkable junior career, but it didn't happen from F1. That was good timings. Okay, Louise is on the grid with some drivers.
There you see, 5 with a special livery on the grid of Colin Turkington's BMW, marking that special occasion. Welcome to a sweltering grid here at Snetterton, everybody. Let's dive in and have a word with our pole sitter. Colin, 500, we're almost 500, we're not quite there yet, but races since you made your debut back in 2002 at Alton Park. What do you remember of that weekend, other than being taken out by Tim Harvey?
Yeah, that was the main thing, really. But yeah, just pretty starstruck. You know, that was me. I remember sitting on the grids and, you know, having people like David Leslie, James Thompson, Ivan Muller all around me. And obviously I was team Atomic Kitten there, so there was quite a fanfare. But yeah, that's, wow, 20 years ago. And I've been here pretty much ever since. So yeah, I've enjoyed every moment.
And what have been the changes that you've seen in that time?
There's been quite a lot, you know. I think, you know, in terms of, you know, the level of the championship has just grown and grown. You know, in terms of how competitive it is, the number of cars on the grid, and just the margins between us all. You know, it's so tight. So probably age as well. Things get harder as you get older. But yeah, no, it's you know, I've driven a lot of different cars. So yeah, it's all been good fun.
Ice pack's coming out there, all the drivers wanting to keep cool. I'll let you get your head down, Colin. Let's go over and have a word with Colin's teammate, Jake Hill. Slightly frustrated too. He was up at the top of the timesheets for a lot of the session, but as the guys have been talking about, it is hot here today, 41 degrees on track. And Jake, you're going to get up to 60 degrees plus in the car, aren't you? How can you prepare for that, or do you just have to man up or woman up in Jade's case and get on with it?
Yeah, it's extremely hot here, Lou. You know, in the car, it's just, yeah, unbearable heat. But, you know, we just got to just focus forward. Once the adrenaline's going, you don't feel it so much, you know. I've got a little fan I can use here, which is helpful after the first couple of laps. But we just got to crack on, you know. I mean, me and Colin have got to try and get up the road, try and break away from Tom if possible, and get some good points under our belt.
Very, very quickly, we've got about 20 seconds left. Team orders for the first couple of laps, I understand, because the last thing you want is to be hitting into each other.
Yeah, exactly. We need to just get away clean together, work together for the first half of the race, and then see how it goes.
Well done. That was about 15.7 seconds.
Not bad at all. Well done, Lou, on the grid down there as well. We're almost all set then for what is going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Here's your timetable for today as well. We're live here for round 19. Then round 20 as well. That's at 2:15 British Summer Time. We're in here at 2. And then at 5 o'clock, we're on air for race 3, round 21. The lights out is at 10 past 5 as well. And hopefully we should be able to take a look shortly at the grids as well when they come up on the board. But it's all starting right here. We've got the Porsche Carrera Cup, Michelin Engineer Juniors, Rocket F4, the Mini Challenge as well, all coming forward. And really, it's just looking absolutely fantastic. There's the commentary box, which I've actually stood next to. Of course, last year at Snetterton, I was trackside. Now I'm stuck in a commentary box as well. I think I'd rather be there, but we are going to get underway. It's a 12-lap race here, 2 minutes per lap, so it's going to be around about 24 minutes. If we have a safety car, then it could take us a bit of extra time. A maximum of 3 added laps is the total justice here as they come out now, and the green flag drops and away we go. Snetterton is usually full of greenery as well. The heat wave that has devastated the UK has turned the grass into brown dust. Row 1 of the grid then sees Colin Turkington lining up on pole position. Alongside him is Jake Hill on the front row of the grid. Row 2 as well sees Tom Ingram alongside Stephen Jelly as well. A great qualifying for the BMWs. 3 of them inside the top 4 positions on the grid. Row 3, Adam Morgan alongside Jason Plato, 6th as he enters his last 3 weekends. Then row 4 sees Dan Rowbottom and Dan Camish as well. Row 5, Tom Chilton and Ricky Collard. The 6th row of the grid sees Ash Sutton spinning in qualifying, only managing 11th. Dan Lloyd was in 12th position. Row 7 sees Bobby Thompson start 13th. Gordon Shedden lines up 14th. 15th for George Gamble, 16th for Aaron Taylor-Smith on row 8 of the grid. Row 9 sees Ash Hand as well. He'll be alongside Michael Crees, starting 18th on the grid. On row 10, in 19th and 20th, it's Aidan Moffat and Jack Butel as well. Row 11 sees Dexter Patterson and Josh Cook for Rich Energy BTCC Racing right down the back of the field. His teammates just behind him though, Jade Edwards 24th, Sam Osborne starts 23rd on the 12th row. Row 13 sees Ollie Jackson and Rory Butcher, and row 14 Nick Hamilton and Will Powell, and back in the championship as well, finally in 15th row of the grid, 29th, Rick Parfitt lines up at the back. In terms of the ballast that the drivers can use in this round of the championship as well, in terms of your energy, Turkington can only use his hybrid power for 2 laps. Ingram for 3, Sutton for 4, Hill for 5, Cook for 6, Butcher for 7, Shedden for 8, Lloyd for 9th, Morgan for 10, Jelly for 11, and other drivers, everybody else, can use it for all 12 laps of this race. You can use it for a maximum of 15 seconds per activation across the board as well. And track temperature is looking uber smooth out there as well today. It's air temperature 30.7 degrees. It's very hot and humid. Track temperature 34.6 degrees as well. And the circuit's a long one here, 2.9689 miles. It's the longest track of the year. Snetterton is the second longest track in Britain, apart from Silverstone as well. Silverstone is the longest. Snetterton is the second longest as well. There was always talk that maybe Formula 1 could come here one day. That would be quite a sight, because the 300 circuit that we use here, as you can see on your screen, is massive. Turn 1 is Riches, then it's the Wilson Hairpin, down towards Palmer, then into Augustini, Hamilton, Oggles, into Williams as well, Bentley Straight, Brundle Nelson, Bombhole, Karam and Murray's. Let's have a word, though, on board with Tom Ingram.
You gave the car its first win last year. Is this going to go for a win this race, or are you thinking about points? What's the game plan?
Pointsy. I came up with that word a little while ago, actually. I quite like it. I fancy a pointsy day today. So let's see how it plays out. It is 1.5 billion degrees, so it's going to be difficult to take the fight to these boys in front. However, stranger things have happened at sea, so let's wait and see.
And I suppose there's an element of keeping out of trouble as well, because you're trying to drive your race. You can't legislate for what everybody else around you is doing.
Well, I think we'll wait and see. It's going to be... Whatever goes on, it's going to be a difficult day, because it's, as I say, it's hot. We've got to try and look after everything, and of course, with us being on a tight schedule between the races, there's not going to be an awful lot of time to get things repaired if there are any issues. So let's wait and see. But a pointsy day, that's the plan.
That's the word of the day. Good luck, Tom.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Love you, mate.
Tom Ingram, love you, bye at the end there as well. Thank you, referring to his wife as he comes back through. Okay, so the grass, and there's where I was standing a year ago, right there on the infield section as well, next to the drivers at the start line here. I'm feeling a little bit down on the deck, actually, that I'm not standing there commentating on the start of the race like I was this time, well, not this time last year. It was back in June, race 2. So, hey-ho. But it's a wonderful circuit, this. It's honestly the best on the calendar. Snetterton for British Touring Car action. It's such a tight, twisty circuit. It's an old-school feel. So it used to be an airfield, of course. And you can still see parts of the airfield around the circuit as well. So many circuits in Britain transformed from it as well. But Snetterton, had the 100 layout, then the 200, then this new modified version we started using in 2010, the 300 layout as well, the most common version of the circuit. They can't extend it anymore. It is so packed in as well. Maybe around the exit of the bomb hole they can just do something around it, but yeah, bomb hole, an unexploded World War II bomb was found there as well. Now we actually went, that's where we camped last year on the infield section there. I can see where we actually were camping last year in the interfield. Anyway, they're on the grid, which means it's time for the engine notes to rise and the action to begin. It's round 19 of the QuidFit British Touring Car Championship. We're under starters' orders. Action now! Good start from Colin Turkington, immediately letting everybody else know he's going to have the power down towards turn number 1 as well. Turkington leads. Hill's going to try and go around the outside. Ingram's got Stephen Jelly to contend with. Turkington leads into turn 1 of Riches we go. Ingram's down into 3rd position. Hill stays 2nd as they go down now. Next up is the Wilson hairpin. Trying to find something to find. A little bit of dust being kicked up there as well by Collard on the infield now. Stephen Jelly is under pressure from Adam Morgan as they come into the braking zone as well, just about holding it to content as well. And now on the inside as well, England's under pressure. They want it to be a BMW West Surrey Racing 1, 2, 3 as Hill in the livery of the rocket car looks to the inside as we come down towards Augustini's into the heavy braking zone for the hairpin now. Napa Ford's further back, that's Sutton, and that will also be Camish, but Morgan's gone right round the outside of Stephen Jelly and Augustini's, and by the time we get to Hamilton, he's done it. Great move there on the inside line from Adam Morgan, getting through, making them positions work. Now he's moved up into 4th position, which is a fantastic news. Now our timing tower isn't working. I wonder why that is. It's scheduled lap 1, but let's have a little bit of a refresh. There we go. As well, with our correct timing tower then being shown. They really had to work on that one, didn't they? Anyway, back in we go. It's a lot of dust being kicked up down the straight there as well. So someone's been forced wide. Shedden looking to the inside line as well. Shedden trying to go through. Sutton's past hand. Chilton's dropped down 3 places as we enter Brundle. They're fast sweeping after the bridge as well. That's now been renamed the BMW Bridge, not the Snetterton Bridge, as Chilton gets forced out again in the Bristol Streets Motors car. And Tom's got a problem. Coming through Nelson into the bomb hole we go. But, definitely got a big problem there. Has Tom Chilton. He's slowing and he's stopping on the back of the straight there as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see if it causes any further issues. It's lap 2 of 12 and off the track. That's Bobby Thompson. Big old lunge to get past by Josh Cook. Down at Murray's, the last corner here. And that was literally just dive bomb on the inside and say, okay, thank you very much. I'll make the move if you're up for it as well. Rowbottom now trying to defend from Dan Camish in 8th position, but Turkington leads and he's got the fastest lap, a 2 minute 5.8. Now, that lap time should also improve. It should little bit come down in the next few laps. We're expecting a 1:59 in this race as well. The track temperature is still up there to have a much better run as they swing back now. Through the back of Palmer, down towards Augustini's. More dust being kicked up as well as they into the braking zone. Shedden's up into P12. He's passed Dan Lloyd now as well. So Josh Cook, actually the biggest improver of the race, up 8 places. The Jelly's dropped 1, but it's only Morgan and Jelly swapping places that have kept the top 8 in a different situation and a different play in the field as well. Into the braking zone we come then in towards Oggies before the Williams corner. Down the Bentley straight we go as well. And this is where we had a massive crash a couple of years ago, actually, at the start of race 2 down this straight. But so far, everyone's being quite calm. And no one's wanting to make a fool of themselves. BMW is further back there as well. That's Jelly under pressure with Plato coming in as well for the battle zone. Now, Turkington has led this race so far for the BMW 300e, 330e M Sport as well. Race started at 12:13. It's so far looking good. Everyone's done already. 28 laps is the combined total of everyone so far circulating. See if we'll get the maximum, unless anybody else wants to retire from this race. Let's take a look at the battle cam as things stand. Turkington leading there. Look, they're all standing on those same tyres. No one else is changing over. No one else is having a difference of opinion as well in terms of the fact that they think, oh no, this is better, that's better. This could be a bit worse. Everyone's actually being quite... I don't want to say it, but they were quite kind with each other. No one's really having a problem. As we see a replay further back, And this is Gordon Shedden, meantime, getting through on the inside of Dan Lloyd at Palmer. Lovely move there on the inside line. And that's a sweet move, actually, as well. Sweet move and a sweet position to overtake at as they come into this race. So at the moment, then, we have completed 3 laps, or 2 laps. We're on the 3rd now here at Snetterton. It's round 19 of 30, remember, in this race. There's a long way to go. As, again, going wide of the exit there, coming out of Palmer. At the back, the 2 Napa Fords. Rowbottom 7th. He's in the middle of them. He's just ahead of Camish. And then we've got Collard splitting up. Sutton's down in 10th position as well. So Sutton's had a bad start. Started 11th and has moved up to 10th, I believe. On the current position. No, Sutton started 11th, is 10th. So he's made up 1 place. Ash Hand's moved up 6 places from where we started. Josh Cook has moved up 8. He's down in 14th position as things currently stand as well as they head out of the last couple of corners. Down, well, out of Williams, down the Bentley Straight, as you can see on your control decks. On the monitor with our driver tracker. I do love the touring cars that they have a free driver tracker. It makes our life so much easier. Big dust being kicked up in the back. I think that was by Bobby Thompson once again as Rowbottom a little bit under pressure here because he's got Dan Camish just behind him and Camish is desperately trying to push hard, fast, difficult as possible. Not going to wake it through there. And Camish really now wants to have the attack. He wants to have the push. He wants to see what he can do. So far, it's lap 3 of 12. Camish is holding the advantage and holding it. Let's see what Twitter's saying as Camish dives up the inside of Murray's. On the inside, Camish passes Rowbottom, the man who replaced him at Honda, and everyone's thinking why, because Dan Rowbottom's not had a great season so far. Camish had an absolute flyer as Rowbottom trying to go round the outside again. Camish defends the inside line, coming in towards Riches, and Camish stays ahead. Sutton down now, he's into 10th still. He's going to try and take 9th position away. Rowbottom looks back to the inside, and this is a replay with Aidan Moffat going off. And this is the hooch, so this is George Gamble on the inside. Gamble's going to go on the inside. A little bit of touch there between Moffat and Osborne. And Sam Osborne forced Moffat onto the grass down the Bentley Straight. So that was that little drama. And there's Moffat and Jade Edwards trying to go right round the outside. So Moffat defends from Jade Edwards. And Jade can't find her way through at the inside into Nelson. And nearly tucked the curbs. Yeah, Jake on the curb as well, actually. So Edwards is in trouble. Chilton's in the pit lane. And as we already knew, Chilton is out of the race now officially. He's retired from this one. So he did have a bigger problem than what we were told. So that's not great news. The Snetterton 300 circuit, that's what this race is officially called. Snetterton 300. That's why the hashtag's there. Use it. Get in touch with us if you're on Twitter as well. More dust being kicked up as well. The grass around here. Heat wave, 30-degree temperature. The grass. Oh, and Michael Kreese is in the dirt. Michael Kreese is off and the door's open, so the car's broke. Is that going to cause a safety car? Let's hope it's far enough off the track. Considering the leaders are just through there now, that's at the exit. That must be down at the exit of Brundle. That could just cause another safety car through the bomb hole then. Oh, and Michael Kreese's car's on fire. My goodness, they want a fire extinguisher for it. And it's right at the exit, so it's coming out of Hamilton towards Oggies. This might deploy a safety car. The car's smoking, so Michael Kreese's Vauxhall is on fire. And he needs to get that he needs to get the fire extinguisher to cool it down. If it is going to burn, then at least Michael Kreese is out of the car. As we start the 5th lap of 12, Morgan gets another set of hybrid power. Camish and Robon too, as they ran out of theirs on the last lap. They'd used all the power and all the juice. 8 minutes down, and now Michael Kreese trying to open the bonnet as well. We saw, was it Dan Camish's car at Donington fly on fire as well, the season opener? As well, the car catch fire with the new hybrid powers as they swing back through. Touring cars don't sound that much different, though, compared to what we see normally as well on the inside line. As with the driver track, you can see the cars just now begin to have a little bit of a gap to them. I can't actually tell who's 40, so that's Michael. It's old Aaron Taylor-Smith. So the top 15 have sort of split up, and then it's going to be Aaron Taylor-Smith from 16 down, who's sort of leading the second half of that field. They have split up quite a lot. Yellows are now out on the circuit as well. As there you can see the 777 of Michael Kreese stopped intermediate 2. That's where he's pulled off the track, just coming out of Oggies. Safety car deployed. Well, we knew that was going to happen because Michael Kreese's car is in a dangerous position. So Sadly, we knew there's the yellow flags and there's the safety car boards as well. So they had to deploy it. We'll go into that procedure that we talked about now as well, where we will have a difference of races strategy. But the safety car is deployed. We are on lap 5 out of 12. And stop the clock. All get back together then and restart soon. As that's all because Michael Creese's car is stuck on the track and it'll need to be craned away. So it's either a red flag or a safety car. We haven't got time to red flag because the schedule's so much. So they need a quick, they just need, because there's no grass actually, because it's all turned to dust. Looks like we're racing at Fiorano actually as well. So they'll just get a truck out there, tag it and push it back. But the grass around there, it's brown and it's really affected. We saw actually, funnily enough, an aerial shot from space of what the UK currently looks like, and it is just devastated with droughts and the grass is gone. So good old green England is currently a bit worse for wear. It will come back shortly, but that's what the heat wave does to you. And you say climate change isn't real. So they changed it all again. Safety car is out. The Porsche will now maintain the field as well. Let's take a look back at the start with Ash Sutton. Tim Harvey will talk us through it.
For a front-wheel drive off the line. He's boxed in on the inside, so he's now thinking, well, do I stay on the inside and risk people running around the outside, or shall I just risk it? His teammate goes to the outside of Chilton. He sticks to the inside, and look, gets a car on his outside coming back at him, and one on the inside. So it didn't work out for Sutton staying on the inside, so this time into the hairpin, he tries to go around the outside. Collard's car gets quite loose on the middle of the corner, and now Sutton has really claimed that pace just behind Chilton.
Thank you very much, Tim. Oh,
The corners for Sutton, he'd have hoped for a little bit more, I think. Still battling it out with cars and going for the outside as we go into Agostini. He's got cars on his left. Will he get the better acceleration out of it? As they come up to the kink at Hamilton's, nothing worse than having a car right on your left, but he claims the place, claims the apex, and now he can settle down for his race.
Rory Butcher's one to look at. Started 27th, now up to 17th position as well, Tim.
For the safety car, and George Gamble is behind Dexter Patterson, and he just lunges up the inside. A good overtake. It's a block pass. He gets the car stopped alongside the other car, so he can't turn in, but doesn't overshoot the corner. That's a good pass.
And that puts him up into 18th, closing then on the top 15, which is where you get points. The safety car will be in this time. It's like...
Fantastic. Thank you very much for talking us through those highlights there as well. Much better to ask a driver to do it than myself. So, the race will be extended, I believe, by 1 lap. Safety car is in this lap. There's the message you can see on race control. We've added that new graphic for you here this weekend. So, safety car in this lap, we get told. So, we are going to go back to green flag running. Who is going to be the first off? Turkington will lead them. It's going to be race part 2, exactly half distance as well, because the race will be extended by at least a lap. Yep, 7 to 13. So, 1 extra lap behind the safety car on the field. Green flag. Race on once again. Colin Turkington leads the way. Jake Hill is second. Third for Ingram as they come down towards turn number 1. And then we're going to have a little move on the inside line. Butcher at 9 places. Started 27th, now 17th. Really starting to fly through the field. BMW 1-2 at the moment. Stephen Jelly's dropped down to 5th position. And there we see again, that's Rowbottom trying to look on the inside of Camish. Meantime, further back as well, Taylor Smith has now got back up with Bobby Thompson, who's dropped down 2 places and 15th, the last points paying position. So Aaron Taylor Smith's going to try and go around the outside of his teammate as well at the moment. Meantime, we've got the other one in there as well, Rory Butcher, as I was saying, about up 9 places from where he started as well. So swings and roundabouts at the moment. All trying to have the better situation, the better attack modes further back as well. More drama running backwards. What an amazing little opening race this is for the day. Race 2 coming up at 2 o'clock. Only about less than an hour's changeover, actually, I think they get. Because it's short gap between race 1 and race 2. As they come back on, then out of Williams, down the Bentley straight towards Brundle and Nelson. Long back straight away. The longest straight here, actually, as well. in the touring car season. I've walked it. It's really long. I did it 3 times last year, as that is big damage. That's George Gamble on board with now, so Gamble's going to go through, but looks like, is that Butcher ahead? Yeah, Butcher's Toyota. The rear bodywork's got a bit of damage to it as well, as Gamble nearly loses it coming out of the block. Brundle in towards Nelson, and a little bit of a wide manoeuvre through the bomb hole as well. A little bit of a run off there at the back, kicking up the dust, and Gamble gets it right in his face through the Karam and into Murray's, and this is Butcher with that rear damage. This is how we got it. Aaron Taylor Smith turning in. Butcher actually going way too late. Taylor Smith turning in. They just sort of run in towards each other as well. So that wasn't best of great news either at the moment. So a lot of time to be found. As Rowbottom again holding the advantage. He's 8th at the moment, and one ball with Ash Sutton. Sutton's really having an attack on him now, down the back straightaway as well. Coming out of Ritchie's turn 1, down towards Wilson at turn 2. And here comes again on the inside line. That's Collard battling with Shedden. So Ricky Collard now with Shedden. Shedden tries the undercut to go around the outside, coming towards Palmer's. Can Shedden find the gap? No, he can't. Collard shuts the door. Shedden looks to the inside line again. Hasn't paid off there. Can't find the opportunity to pass. 0 opportunity to pass is the main thing as well. As further back as well, Collard's having a little bit more pressure. Dust is up everywhere. It's like we're literally racing at Farama as well, the old Formula 1 circuit for Spanish Grand Prix. All the dust and the bare fields around the circuit. That's how it looks right now, right here. As more dust gets kicked up, this time by Daniel Lloyd. So Dan Lloyd in the 1-2-3. And he's got Crees all over him. And Sutton further back trying to have a go. And meantime, Shedden and Collard battling together. Shedden goes on the inside and gets ahead of Collard. And further up, Sutton is trying to pass Rowbottom, who's on the hybrid power. Rowbottom really using that hybrid power now as well. It's getting very hot in this commentary box. This is Ollie Jackson, surprisingly enough, and Aidan Moffat, 2 accident-prone drivers coming in. Oh, and Moffat forcing Jackson off the track there, coming through Hamilton, and going off the track at Hamilton was Collard. There was Collard's mistake. Shedden, locks the rear axle, turns the car in on a dime, and gets a beautiful little switchback coming through Oggies in towards Williams. Great move there by Gordon Shedden. Here's the race leader then, Jake Hill. He's used one of his 5 laps of hybrid power. So has Turkington. He's used one of his 2 laps of hybrid power. Turkington can only use hybrid for 2 laps because he's the championship leader. That is how bad it is. And that's how short this circuit is, actually, where he can't have anything less than that. You have to have a duration of time off. And this is Rory Butcher again making battle, this time with that's Josh Cook on the inside. So Butcher passing Cook at the bomb hole on the inside line and getting a little love tap as well from Gamble. And Gamble goes through as well. So Cook's dropped back 4 places actually, because Thompson, Butcher, Gamble, Taylor Smith have all gone through. So Josh Cook has dropped it down to 18th position now. So he's lost a mega lot of time, as Taylor Smith in 17th position as well, down a position. From where he's past Gamble as well, but he's just moved up. So I don't know why the timer screens are showing he's down when he's up. You can see on the differential on your YouTube chat as well. Chilton's out of the race. Crees is 5 laps down on overall best time as the field come through. So much action and anticipation coming into today's race. Everybody was really looking forward to seeing what could happen in a proper battle. And now, this is it then. Turkington versus Hill. Hill's got 5 laps of hybrid power to use. He's used 1 of them, now he's using 2. But he is right on the back of Turkington. The gap is 0.3 of a second. Now 0.2 of a second as they come out of this Bentley straight towards Brundle. Well, Turkington made the fast lap of a 1:57.389, but he's not certainly improving on the overall times here. Rowbottom getting a little bit of a jumpiness there as well, with Sutton just behind him. Dexter Patterson up to 18th position. Ash Sutton is P9 as things stand as well. And here are the leaders once again, coming out of Murray's. Turkington, 500 race starts on pole position, wants to win his 500th Grand Prix start in the touring cars. Jake Hill, his teammate, going to try and stop him in the Rocket Venturi. Down the centre straight towards Ritchie's we go. Is he looking for the inside line? No. Thinks better of it. Can't find a way through. Down now towards Wilson. And meantime, further back, Ingram's having to defend from Adam Morgan. So Morgan's going for 3rd. Moffat passes Butel for 20th. And that is Jade Edwards out of the race. Jade Edwards is out of the race, so we're down to 26 runners. Will Powell is the last one. Off goes Moffat. Moffat's in the wall. Moffat's out of the race. Broken rear right suspension. Moffat is out. And I reckon that'll be another safety car, you know. And we could be running it with a red flag procedure. So Moffat's off into the wall, down at Rich's, the fastest part of the track. So that could be a red flag, actually, if they can't recover that car in time. Because with the limited laps to go, we've got another 2 laps. That safety car's deployed. Now things get interesting. 2 minutes. Oh, and Morgan hits the back of Ingram. But they race until they see the flags. The safety car is out. There's the boards. And there's the confirmation. Safety car deployed on lap 10 of 13. They need to quieten it down now and get it back together. Turkington leads. He's got all that work to do again. But they race until the safety car boards, but they're already out. The flag's back here this weekend as well. They tried it with the safety boards, the digital flags, but it just didn't work. So, we've got race control coming through. Safety car is out. And we've got 2 extra laps to add on now. So, we'll have 14-lap race. Then it could go to a 15-lap race. So, if it goes any more, we go to the 15 laps, then we'll get a red flag procedure to stop the race. Because it has to go back to the last complete lap. And that is the battle. As up the inside, this is... Well, who's on the inside? Tim?
He had nowhere to go because he had the Accelerate car on the inside. I'm not sure which car that was. It was on the inside, but he couldn't turn in Cook. And
Patterson.
So there was inevitably contact with Moffat.
So Patterson was on the inside line. Cook came in for an overtake. Patterson joined in late, and there was just contact between the 3 of them. And that sent Alan Morgan into an instant spin into the back of the barriers. Thankfully, he's out of the car and he's okay, but... Lap 11 of 13, I'm starting to think that this race might get extended to the 15 laps. Then we see what we usually do, which is a red flag, because the race has got to go back to the last complete race. Has the race started yet? Yes, it has, little tile. Race is started. We're on lap 11 of 13, but it could extend to 15 laps. I'll explain it as we go. Turkington leads, followed by Hill second, England third, and then Morgan fourth, Jelly fifth, Plato 6th, but... Now that we get into this strange situation, it's happened at Alton Park a couple of times where the safety car comes out on the last few laps and we have to extend to the maximum and then we have to red flag. So if the safety car, if we can't finish up, the race will get stopped. So I hope it doesn't. Little R says, I won't be able to watch as I'm going to the cricket. Enjoy. Oh, enjoy the cricket. The 100, isn't it? Enjoy the cricket. And just catch up on the races later, no worries. I don't just do these touring car races for live. You can watch them back later at your own leisure. And at least you've got the timings as well and a driver tracker to watch with you later. And then you also get my personal favourite, which is my commentary. Am I vain? A little bit. No Josh at the moment either. I wonder where he is. Although he's probably been talking to me and I haven't been able to see him. As rear suspension completely damaged there as well at the moment. Not a nice look, actually, for Aidan Moffat. Down at turn 1. Now, there's no action around that car. Nothing, which indicates to me they're going to red flag it. Yeah, let's hear from David Addison.
Let's try and grab a word with George Gamble if we can. George, not the ideal start to the race. First of all, what happened on that formation lap?
Can you hear us? George Gamble, come in.
Lead him to it, I'm afraid to say. So George Gamble not able to hear us as the cars circulate. He's in 16th place. He's only 1 away from the points.
Yeah, he's made some good progress, hasn't he? I mean, we've seen him make some good overtakes, and he's going to build for the third race. That's the only way you can do it when you have a problem in race 1, is to try and make progress in race 1, make more progress in race 2, and hope with the reverse grid that you get given an opportunity to the front of the grid for race 3, and then you can get some good points.
So
they're going to try and tow the car, but Aidan Moffat is running back to it because I think he can't tow it. It's got a broken rear suspension. You need to crane it away. Here it is again. So it's the 96 of Jack Putel who dives up the inside line, hits the side of Josh Cook, and Cook has absolutely nowhere to go as Moffat's around the outside of him. So in my opinion, that's Jack Putel making absolutely stupid driver error there, hitting Cook. And then Moffat flies off with a broken rear suspension towards the tyre wall as well. So, here we go. This is what we now look at. The race has been extended to 14 laps. So that they can't drive. This will be a red flag. I'm sorry, I know it. The race is going to be stopped and it'll be declared a result because that's how it goes. They can't tow it. They've just been told you can't tow the car because it's got a broken rear suspension. You'll damage the car and you'll rip it up and you'll rip the track up as well. So there's a crane that's gone out there at the top. It's just crawling over. But the maximum race distance can be... Safety car in this lap? What? What? They're going to just restart the race. That's the ITV power. We're on the main ITV channel. Wow. So safety car in this lap. They're going to leave the car there. That's a worry to me. So we're going to have added time. This is lap 12. And this should have been the end of the race. But we're going to have the 3 extra laps that we've had with 2 safety car periods. So the maximum race distance of 15 laps will be met. And it will be 13, 14 and 15. 3 more laps to decide the result. Let's just hope they know what they're doing here. And that they are not going to make errors. And a car's going to slam into the side of Aidan Moffat's car. It's the last thing we need. And the last thing we want to see. Safety car's been out for 10 minutes of this race. We were green for 16 minutes of it as well. So now you know how long we've been under these safety cars for and having to fill for that amount of time. Here we go then. Colin Turkington, in his 500th touring car appearance, is going to lead us back to green flag once again. It'll be a 15-lap race. They haven't been able to tow Moffat's car away. I think they're just going to leave it there, which is brave, because that's the reason they had to throw the safety car in the first place. Anyway, 3-lap sprint then, here at Snetterton. Green flag, race on once again. Turkington leads, Hill second, Ingram third, Morgan fourth as they head down towards the first corner. Is Moffat's car still there is what we need to know. If I was trackside, I'd be able to tell you. Here we go, camera angle swinging through. Yeah, Moffat's car still there, still in the path of the car as Hill goes defensive then against Ingram. And this safety car's let Ingram actually catch back up to the top 2 and has put Adam Morgan down to 4th position as well. So Ingram making some great moves up in this field. New race distance, as you can tell, 15 laps on the board. So that's the new distance that we get told as we swing back through. Down the back, Gamble's out. Butcher's out of attack mode. Butcher's out of push to pass, and that's why Gamble's going to slip on the inside line. Gamble makes the move. Butcher tries to cut back, coming out of Augustini as well. They go side by side towards the kink at Hamilton. They're touching wheels. Butcher's got the inside line, and Butcher gets ahead. What about coming into Oggies? Is Gamble going to look on the inside? No. Thinks about the outside. Butcher puts the car directly into the centre of the track, coming through Oggies. Towards Williams we go. And now, here comes Aaron Taylor-Smith on the inside, and Jack Butel's going to throw it there, so is Dexter Patterson. So Gamble's lost another position to Aaron Taylor-Smith. And the 17 as well, and Dexter Patterson coming through on the inside line as well. Now around the outside, here comes Jack Butel. It's 3 abreast coming down the Bentley straight towards Brundle. One of them's going to back out. It'll be a huge accident. It's Gamble who backs out. Patterson goes side by side and tags Butel, who does a drift onto the grass in the exit in Nelson. And we all saw that coming. You can't go too wide through there. Into the bomb hole we go with this switchback. Osborne's under pressure there with Josh Cook. My goodness me, that was a bit of too close contact as well. Butcher's out of push to pass. And the hybrid power for this race. We start lap 14 then. Once again, down the back straight towards turn 1 at Riches. And this race has been going on for 28 minutes. It's the longest race of the year so far. Tim.
Butel tries to go around the inside of Patterson. Bang. That fires the Hyundai out to the grass.
Yeah. Through goes George Gamble, but I had my heart in my mouth there because it was another 3 into 1, 3 cars abreast coming into one position with Jack Butel involved once again.
And one more lap to go at the end of this. So George Gamble, having just got up into 15th place, came across the line in 18th, and he's got to do some of the hard work all over again in this real sort of yo-yo race for him. But Colin Turkington has extended the margin a little bit further over Jake Hill, and Adam Morgan is there just about within striking distance of me.
Yeah, and on the inside, here comes Camish making a dive bomb manoeuvre on road bottom on the inside line, making the move go. And that's a little bit of go, but Rowbottom can't get through. Sutton holds it backwards as well, so even he can't go through. Lucas, hello, Lucas. That me on Twitter. Follow me, please. If you follow me, okay, I'll take a look. I'll take a photo of that. As it comes back through on the inside line, Sutton can't get through. Trying to find a way through. And Sutton again can't have the advantage. Shedden's going to try everything now. So Shedden is 10th, Sutton 9th, Rowbottom in 8th position as well. Trying to have the advantage. And nothing on the inside line there. It's getting so hot in this commentary box now. What's the air temperature in the UK where we are right now? 26 degrees where we are, and the commentary box will be higher to 35. So it's track temperature over there at the moment is 36, and there Jackson going off the track as well. I think I'm going to need some more deodorant, I think, in between the two races. Not that long of a gap there, about an hour break before race 2 gets underway here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. That's because of ITV, so they'll be racing actually quite much. I wonder if they will delay it because this race has gone on too long now. Half an hour now on the last lap of the race as well. It's gone on a bit too much, this race. Usually it's only usually this race is only about 24, 25 minutes, not 30. So extremely long safety car periods as well. Green flag time is only around about 20 minutes, you see. The safety cars is what's extended up to 30. So hopefully race 2 and 3 will remain green flag as Patterson shuts the door, trying to hold off. Gamble hits the back of him. He hits the back of Aaron Taylor-Smith. And Aaron Taylor-Smith goes for a spin down at Wilson. He manages to save it. But Patterson loses a position. Here comes the 48 then of Ollie Jackson trying to find him a way through. Oh, well, we've got a brolly on the track. We've got a brolly on the track, and that's going to deploy an instant safety car. So there's a brolly, an awning from one of the fans that has got loose, and it's blown onto the circuit. But there's no wind. Wind speed's at 0 as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a quick look at the weather chart. Wind speed is minimal, 0.2 per second, meters per second. So it's not that breezy out there, so how that's come on the track, I don't know. Josh Cook hit the back of Osborne. Osborne's got rear damage onto the car as well, so that's going to be nice to see later on today. As Butel tries to go through a move on Cook on the inside, not working out. There's the brolly. Hopefully everyone's going to miss it. The brolly has thankfully seemed to have left the surface here. Oh, it's just at the exit as well of Brundle on one of the old layouts of the course. So hopefully if it was more than a few laps to go, then the safety car would have come out to retrieve it. But right now, it doesn't need to be. 500 starts then for Colin Turkington in the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. He took pole position in a dominant form yesterday in his BMW. 500 races, 500, and he's won it. Colin Turkington wins his 500th touring car start. And round 19 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship, Jake Hill is second, Tom Ingram third, Morgan is fourth, Jelly fifth, Plato sixth, Camish seventh, and Sutton with a photo finish across the line gets it to Rowbottom. Shedden the top 10, Collard, Lloyd, Hand, Thompson and Butcher the points. Further down, Gamble, Taylor-Smith, Jackson, Patterson, Cook, Osborne, Butel, Parfit, Powell and Hamilton finish. Out of the race, Moffat, Edwards, Crees and Chilton. What a British touring car race. Aren't they on the final lap? Yep, this is it. 15 to 15. That was it. Race is over. And it's point for pole position, point for fastest lap, and 20 for the win. So it's 23 points leading a lap as well. So Colin Turkington, all 15 laps. Point for leading the race, point for pole position, point for fastest lap, and 20 for the race win. 23 points in the championship. Turkington is starting to move ahead at the exit of round 19. Ashley Sutton the best. Ashley Sutton is the best, the banner says there as well. So say we all. That'll be the grid then for race 2. It will be Turkington on pole with Hill second again. Ingram finishes third, Morgan fourth. So Jelly's the only one who's moved from the top 3. Top 3 finished and started in exactly the same places, but Ingram had to fight for it as well. He didn't get an easy ride throughout this race. He had to really work hard to keep that advantage out there. What a race! What a Quick Fit British Touring Car race we have had. So, here's the race result then. Colin Turkington takes race victory. Jake Hill is second. Tom Ingram third. Alan Morgan fourth. Stephen Jelly fifth. Jason Plato sixth. Dan Camish seventh. Dan Rowbottom eighth. Ash Sutton ninth. And Gordon Shedden rounds out the top 10. Thanks for your company. We'll be back then in around about an hour's time. 2 o'clock British Summer Time for all the action from race 2 of the QuickFit British Touring Car Championship here from Snetterton. It'll be round 20 of the season. Thanks for your company. We'll see you in an hour. Bye for now. Go and have some lunch.